morning, everyone. Hello, welcome to meditation. Some lovely faces. I think we must be getting through some of our COVID limitations. I hope we are. Okay, so welcome to meditation today for those of you in the room. And if you're listening on Facebook, I'm Dr. Sian Dines, Clinical Psychologist, and today is our regular Tuesday meditation where we do a bit of a discourse, a bit of a chat sometimes, and then we go into meditation. So if you're listening to it from home, you just want to do the meditation, you just fast forward to where we do the deep breathing. Okay? Last week was the last couple of weeks I've noticed have been fairly strong sort of discourses. Has it raised any questions for people? Any issues when they go home and think about it? When we're talking about our behaviour from ego versus our behaviour from consciousness. Has it changed how anyone operates in the world? Is anyone connecting with more mindfulness, or what's happening?
Trying.
Yeah?
Still a bit of a struggle, but getting there.
And what have you noticed on the times that you have done some mindfulness before?
I've learned to do more of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In what way? Is it that it's a bit difficult to slow down to do the mindfulness?
Yeah, difficult to slow down and do it. Once you do it, you realise that it was well needed for that day.
Oh, so you are reaping the benefits of it when you do give yourself permission. Yeah? That's great. And others? Do you want to mention how life's going for you at the moment when we do a check-in as well?
I think that I felt when you went into the inner child and you said that child loves you, I felt, yes, somebody does love me.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
So there is that connection and that feeling of truth in that oneness, that you are always loved, okay? Because there's your own inner child, there's your own higher self, there's that connection to source, so you're always embraced in that. And sometimes we forget that. So it's that in itself is the gift of doing some meditation or mindfulness. Yeah? Isn't that beautiful? And we can all do with that when we're going through some difficult times. Yeah? What are others noticing? Are they noticing anything? Because there's up or down? Get you into help.
Use my sandwich.
What are others noticing in their day-to-day practices? Anything changing for them in terms of their awareness or in terms of their patience or their manifesting or their struggles? What are you noticing?
I've noticed that when I'm able to be present and really return to that the chaos that would usually really stress me out, cause me a lot of anxiety of other people's behaviours sort of just float over in a way, and then I can approach them with a level mind and a kind heart.
Good, isn't that beautiful? Okay.
I needed that way.
Okay, so when exposed to other people's behaviours, will you normally find stressful?
Yeah,
and usually take it on and feel the turbulence of their energy. You've been able to utilise mindfulness to calm yourself and then approach them with greater compassion or patience.
Yeah.
Excellent. Isn't that lovely? And well, I'm saying it's lovely. Are you noticing that that's beneficial to you in some way to do it, to approach them from that space?
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm able to do it from a space of love for myself as well, and love for the other person.
Good. And what does love for yourself look like at those times?
It looks like not compromising on boundaries and standing up for myself if needed, in a compassionate way, and really retaining my space.
Good.
Not letting people sort of walk all over me because, I'm stressed.
Yeah. So in actuality, by doing the mindfulness, you can find your voice of expression more freely, to actually find your words to set boundaries and not feel burdened or taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Okay? So in actuality, the meditation, mindfulness, this reaching into this awareness and consciousness is enabling healthier actions from yourself to yourself for protection, also from yourself to others, so that you can like yourself better at the end of the day. Yeah? Okay. And the fact that you're prepared to take the time to have that insight, to notice that when you're not doing that, you feel too busy or too caught up in the stress, that the outcomes are not as beneficial.
Yeah, not resourced enough to deal with the stresses. When
Yeah.
they come, you already have like such a small budget of energy for that sort of thing. It overwhelms you really easily. Whereas coming from a place of fullness and balance, it's sort of the rest of it comes and goes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so lovely that, the awareness is coming through, but we actually feel more resourced to navigate life. So life events will still happen. There was no discussion that they were not happening. People still have opinions or disagreements, or life events from family, work, friends, etc. will still happen. Communications will still happen, and it's just about whether or not you feel more connected to your toolkit, to your resources, to navigate your way through whatever's happening. And when we stop and breathe and just do the mindfulness, so the big stop symbol's there to remind you, have it on your fridge, have it, if you need one and you're online, just email or text Liz, she'll get you one. Okay, so basically it's just have this laminated, have it lying around, have it there just to remind you, get still, take a few deep breaths, observe it, and then you'll be able to proceed more positively. Okay, it is that there will always be some, well not always, but there is that life goes on, in other words, so challenges will come and go just like happy times will come and go. Okay, questions about other things? No?
I think one thing that I've found is that I'm definitely going through a phase of not drawing on my toolkit, my toolbox of things very much, but I've retained the awareness so that I can, it's often in hindsight reflect back, that was from a place of ego, from stress, that wasn't a good reaction. And it's that balance between sort of accepting it and being kind to yourself and saying, okay, I didn't do great then, moving on, and balancing it with doing something about it. That sort of, okay, well, I just keep accepting it and keep forgiving myself, but actually I need to do something more about it. And and I can often tread towards that, okay, I've accepted it, moving on, but I haven't progressed it further, and I think that's where I sometimes find that balance a bit tricky to manage.
And it is. This is why I always come back to that. Remember we say everything in life is a bell-shaped curve? If we're doing all or nothing, they're in the lowest percentiles. They're not going to serve your highest and best. If you can find balance and come back up here, it's the top of the bell-shaped curve. Okay? So all behaviour in ignorance and lacking insight and not reflecting would be down here. Doing nothing about it is down here. Okay? All intense behaviour and control, that's down here. Shutting down and doing no control and just giving up because you're too overwhelmed, that's down here. Okay? So yes, you are navigating this sort of battle with yourself at the moment. Okay? Alright, ooh, I did it, it was all too intense. Now do I do nothing about it, or do I forgive myself? Where do I go from here? If you keep coming back to doing your mindfulness and opening your awareness and consciousness, it will become more ingrained in you to trust. It will become more ingrained in you to let go and surrender the faulty beliefs, maybe the ancestral lineage of beliefs, the behaviours that feel so compulsive, so driven. So it's an imperative step to awakening, to developing awareness from going from just assuming what I said's right because that's how my parents did it and the parents before them did it and that's just how we do it, without ever questioning our beliefs or behaviours, words, deeds, actions, through to, oh, okay, so if I stop and breathe and hang out in this still place, which was really scary at first, oh, there's more to it than just focusing on my breath. Oh, I get to actually have a spring clean of my belief systems and sort out some of my driving behaviours. I even get to reflect about are they mine? And if they're not, I can just throw them away. Okay? And it's through that that you'll keep developing trust to surrender into that consciousness and that awareness where you allow for the greater flow. Okay? And so keep doing the practice because it will minimise some of the egoic driven behaviours that you're now awakening to that no longer serve you. Yeah? So you're a long way from stuck in all and lacking insight and just doing it, okay, and imposing your way of being on the world, yeah? And you're moved and transitioned and you have lots of flash of light and awareness and oh, there is something more here and oh, we all are here interconnected. There is this oneness, this consciousness. And you go, oh, okay, so I have to own some of my behaviour and the ripple effects. And even by doing that self-reflection, that's not just letting yourself off. That's not just doing self-forgiveness. That's recognising here, okay, that wasn't our finest moment. Okay, I get that I've still got a lot of triggers coming through. I get that I have the opportunity to reflect on those triggers and work out what they are. I can start journaling, I can write them down, and in therapy we often identify them. I can start surrendering and releasing them. Okay. Recognizing that where we do the forgiveness is that we are really saying to yourself, you're doing the best you can at the time because it's relative to your insight. Okay, it's relative to the amount of cellular memories and triggers that you have. Okay, it's relative to your awakening and consciousness. Okay, and my experience is really once the Ganges open, we sort of talk about throw me a life raft. You don't get one. And so it's pretty torrid and turbulent. It's like going over the rapids, okay? There'll be times where everything's really intense and you go, wow, have I learned anything? But there'll be times where you go, oh, that all had to sort of come up and out to get cleansed and released, okay? And we're not, you know, so much we can do with the benefit of hindsight, but you are, in physical form navigating through life events, and these will generate triggers, okay? And you know, my heart bleeds because when we just start to feel the awareness of what our triggers are in this lifetime, you'll start to learn all about your ancestral triggers or your past lifetime triggers or whatever. So please be kind to yourself. You are growing, okay? You are expanding in your awareness, okay? And you know, I saw a Facebook clip a while back and it had, spirituality is this, and then somebody had put in why be buggered, it's this, and they were sad and they were crying and doing some inappropriate behaviours and vomiting and it was pretty real basically. Okay, so let's be honest, it's not to do the spiritual growth. There will be tears, there will be arguments, there will be shedding, there will be cleansing, and that comes, I'm going to annoy you, it fell off there, sorry. It comes back to, you know how last week or over Easter I said, did you get out and use the elements? Use the wind, use Mother Earth, use the rain, stomp on the ground. I don't want this anymore, I'm trying to release this behaviour. Okay, you can do anything like that. You can use the archangels to cut the cords of attachment. You can do lots. I do have lovely teachers that are also telling me you can surrender with ease and grace. Look, it just depends on what's coming up, what's being triggered, okay, and how much trust you have in this consciousness and how willing you are to surrender. And that's not an easy part for the masculine energies in all of us, okay? It is that in the Western world for, you know, a number of years now, it's been one of independence, autonomy, driven behaviour, pushing behaviour, controlling behaviour. It's been the antipathy of what I'm teaching, okay? So talk about all or nothing, you know, and trying to merge that and gain some balance is you know, interesting to say the least, okay? But please, the very fact that you're sitting in a room, that you've given yourself time to do some meditation, notice that you are so much further than when you were walking around just blindly narcissistic, really, living out from ego, yeah? For all human beings, you know, I use that term generally. Okay? Yeah, okay. Alright, how tinny did I just make that go? Sorry everyone in Facebook land, I've just got to make sure that the mic's okay, is that alright? Okay, it's when I bump it, I think. Alright. Okay, we'll just, maybe we'll just do some breathing while we give Gary time to come back. I don't know what, yeah, it's like the connection's not great. Okay. Right here.
Oh, no, I've got plenty. I'm just like, what do I do?
Great.
It's having a little in there, so I don't need any more. It's all good. Thank you.
Can you turn off?
Is it alright now? Is that back on everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with some breathing, hey? We do that so that if, lots and lots of reasons we do our breathing, but if you get lost in my words as we talk, just come back to your breath. So let's now take big deep breaths in, pulling it up through your core. And then as you release, feel your muscles relaxing, feel your body going, and surrendering. And again, take a big deep breath in. And as you release, let go. Continue with your breathing, please. I'm just having some mic issues. Just keep breathing. Big deep breath in. And release. As you continue to breathe, welcome that breath in as if you're welcoming the life force into your body, pulling it in. And as you breathe out, release above your head with the next breath, as if you could push out like a whale spout. And open a foot above your head and just welcome the life force to come pouring into your crown. With every breath you take, receive the fresh, cleansed energy. And as you breathe out, let go. Feel your body softening as it recognizes it's supported by the chair, by the floor, the bed. And with each breath, notice the sensation of your body expanding, your lungs expanding. Feel the fresh breath. And as you exhale, long letting go. Feel your neck and shoulders softening. your limbs growing heavy, focusing on your breath. As you come back, notice any sounds. As you move between the sense of sound and the sense of touch, focusing on your breath. Feel yourself getting more grounded as you breathe out and put roots deep down into the ground. And as you breathe in Mother Earth's nurturing support as you bring it all the way up to your heart and release above your head, opening and allowing that vast cleansed energy to come flooding into your body. In your mind's eye, see 5 magical steps with beautiful balloons. As you go towards the first step, see the balloon filled with trust. Breathe in trust. I trust I'm in the right place at the right time. Let that trust suffuse through your body as you feel your body letting go. Moving on to the next step. In your mind's eye, see the balloon filled with safety. Breathe in safety, reassuring every cell in your body you are safe. And as you move on to the next step, breathe in peace, relaxation, as your body begins to surrender, soften and let go. And as you move on to the next step, as you breathe into the stillness, feel yourself being embraced by awareness. Opening and breathing into this awareness that life is vast and spacious, unlimited in its potential. And as you rest on the last step, breathe in permission for you to soak in this vastness, this relaxation, trusting that you are worthy and safe. Let go. And in your mind's eye in front of you, imagine a beautiful tree, large, whole, wise tree. Go over to the tree. Feel the bark. Observe the tree. Imagine how old and wise it is. reflect upon all of its experiences. How resourced it is, how resilient it is to have grown through all the tests and elements. Taking a big deep breath in as you receive the oxygen from the tree with gratitude. And as you breathe out, be aware that you're feeding the tree. And moving, merging into the oneness of sharing with the tree with every breath you take. Feel the grandeur, feel the wisdom as you remember that you too are this resource. Continue to focus on your breath. And as you breathe out, let go, continue to merge into the power of the tree, putting your roots deep down into Mother Earth, feeling how strong and powerful and vast and wide the roots are, how connected you are to the earth. Breathing up and receiving the nutrients, the life force, the love. Feeling the core of your own body be as strong as the trunk of the tree. Recognizing the similarity as you open and expand and feel the branches. How vast and wide and spacious they are. How free and flowing with the wind. You may even hear the leaves rustle. You may feel the elements, the sunlight pouring in on you, the wind sweeping you clean, the rain washing away. Anything that no longer serves your highest and best. Feel yourself becoming the tree. Feel yourself shaking off events, people, places, conversations, as if you could shake your branches, as if you could send back to the universe to be transmuted to bring no harm. Faulty communications, faulty beliefs, limiting events and behaviours. Let them go as the wind sweeps through your tree. Taking a big deep breath in and opening even further. Expanding. Receiving the life force as you continue to grow and expand. You may be like a leaf on a tree or a new bud, a flower blossoming. Feel yourself opening, fully resourced, intuitively aware of how to grow and expand and open, just like the flower, the leaf. Notice as you become this tree, you surrender all the efforting with every breath you take. The efforting, the trying, the pushing gets swept away, drained down through your body into the earth, or swept away from the wind, the rain. Take another deep breath in and breathe in the sunlight, going right up into the top branches now, continuing to open into the light, opening now to receive. You may want to go even higher than the tree now, open and expand into your own freedom, into your vastness. Into the truth of who you are, floating, breathing into the nothingness as you realize that there's nothing to do, nowhere to be. Breathing into the relief of freedom. No pushing, no controlling, no achieving, just floating and relaxing, fully surrendered now, open, trusting, free. Continue to focus on your breath. Imagine being that flower, that eagle now, the birds, living freely in the tree or beyond. Soaking in the stillness, flooding your mind with trust, with safety, with awareness. That you are resourced. That you are free to choose. And in the stillness, notice how you feel. If there's some tightness still in your body, let it go. If there's hurt in your heart, shed it to the elements. If there's aches or pains in your physical form, send them love as you take a big deep breath in, remembering you're this freedom. And in this oneness, as you remember your resource and connected to this light, breathe in and allow this light to come flooding into your being. Let it flood through your mind and dissolve any faulty thinking, any limiting beliefs, any shoulds or musts or have-tos, any of the lies you're telling yourself, any of the behaviours that are driving you inappropriately. Let them go. Shed them now. As you take another big deep breath in and let this light, this beautiful source, this breath, this pranic energy pour through your mind. Breathe it in, and as you breathe out, expand and flow into the nothingness. Scan your body as you soak in the stillness. Feel the light pouring through you as it pours through the tree. Every leaf, flower, plant, animal on the tree is receiving this life force, just like you. Take a big deep breath in as this high vibrational energy pours through you. Nothing to do. Just surrender, let go with every breath you take. Receive with gratitude. Fly with freedom. Awaken to your capacity to manifest and attract. Open your heart to radiate and receive love, compassion, kindness. Open your throat to communicate with ease and grace. Free-flowing energy now, pouring in from above, around, and from below, breathing it in. Feeling the oneness with the universe, just like the tree. Breathing in the wisdom of the tree. Breathing in the wisdom that you are, I am this. I am this stillness. I am this vastness. I am this light. I am this freedom. Taking a big deep breath in of gratitude. And breathing in the awareness that you can manifest and create from this place with ease and grace. And you didn't have to do a thing. No efforting, no trying. Just surrender and allow. gradually separating from the tree and allowing yourself to bring this awareness, this freedom, into your physical form. Again, big deep breaths in of awareness. And as you breathe out, let go. Keep coming back to your breath as you connect with your physical form. Take a moment to connect to that inner child inside you, the younger you. Reassure them that you're here and resourceful, that you're supporting them. Hear from them. Notice if they're distressed or hurting, or maybe reminding you that you are this love, this light, and that they're grateful you remembered. And reassure that inner child that you're aware and you remember that you are a resource. And you thank them for ensuring their activities and let them know they can rest now. Feeling reassured and safe, that you understand, that you are supported. Breathing in deeply and remembering. And if there's any part of your being that needs love now, send that love that you've resourced now to your being or to your loved ones or to the community. As you radiate this love to any friends and family you need. Continue to focus on your breath as you come back to the stairs from which you came. And with each step, breathe in the love, the awareness, the peace, the safety, the trust and reassurance that you are resourceful, resilient, supported, and worthy. taking a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, begin to feel the floor, the chair, the bed supporting you. In your mind's eye, you might like to put a dome around you, high above your head and deep down into the earth, vast and wide about your body. Recognising that this will just stay in place for as long as it's required to help you continue to heal in this high vibrational energy and to protect you as required for the highest and best to take place. So be it, so be it, so be it. And so it is. Taking your time to just gently re-engage with your physical form. And when you're ready, if you're in the room, opening your eyes and coming back into the present. And if you're outside somewhere and you want to rest, please do so. Namaste. Amen. Thank you. We send love to Pam, who's got a rest. We send love to other members of the community. And we send love to those online. Is there any questions from them? As we know that we have a few people online live at the moment, so we'll just send them love. If they have any questions, we'll just check in. Otherwise, I'll just drift off into that beautiful space to continue to heal mind, body and soul. So be it. Okay, well done. Well